All right, welcome everyone to the package team quad planning meeting. The quad team, which is the engineering manager, product designer, software engineer, and test for the team, meet weekly to discuss the current milestone and any issues that might need to be reprioritized. Other GitLab team members are welcome to join. And the first item is a milestone review. I wanted to look through our upcoming milestone, or at least discuss where it's at. And I think right now we're pretty early on that, so we could probably just review the existing milestone where we're at. Does that sound all right to you, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And normally what we do is we have a milestone planning issue. And this is more for other people because people on the team know that this is a thing. We have a milestone planning issue that we go through and sort of agree on what's going to be in the milestone. And I'm just going to share my screen and we can review that milestone. This is for 1310. So let me share my screen. It's this one. I believe I have the right one. Can everyone confirm for me? Thanks. All right, so right now we have these items listed as deliverable, which I'm going to just quickly review and see where they're at. And I think the other way we would do this, which I think is quite helpful, is as the board. Let's see, where did I put it?
I think there's a link at the top of the issue.
Thanks, Steve. Milestone board. Well, wait, is that the schedule board? Yeah, that's the schedule board. Just make sure I have the right thing. Oh, wait. Is it though? That was not what I was expecting, but all right. Okay, so right now we have the first item that was in the milestone was the Lift the NPM package naming convention, which was a holdover from the last one that made it in fairly quickly. So we're good there. It's got the deliverable label as well. So that's good. Any concerns on that particular item? I know we had a little bit of an issue with that item. No, cool. Dependency proxy pull by digest. This looks like it's closed, which suggests to me that it's completed. 59. Yeah, great, looks good. Any concerns about that item?
Does that mean that incident was also closed that came up?
For which?
For this, originally we rolled out a change and then it introduced an incident. I thought we resolved that.
Yeah, the incident resolved. I'm not sure if there's any further action specifically with like the infrastructure issue or anything like that that needs to be taken. I filled out the whole RCA and all that.
Is there a reference to the incident issue in the issue here, Steve? Do you know?
I don't recall. I'm sure at some point it'll say it was mentioned.
Oh yeah. So one of the things that David did that was super helpful was actually give a review on the incident. Now this is very thorough and pretty amazing because if you want to know what happened, you can go look at it. So the incident that occurred on the issue we just mentioned is here, and also the missed deliverable retrospective, which you may not have needed. So this could be very helpful for our customers and other people at GitLab. Just at least putting a reference there. I mean, when you're involved in any incident, you put in, what happened and everything anyway. So this is sort of a little bit of an extension of that, I guess. but it's going to be the same material, I think. So yeah, something to consider. I like this. Maybe we could talk about it in MR on the handbook page, but let's move on. Did you have other questions, Tim?
No.
Cool. Pull this down. Okay, this is open and not deliverable. So wait 3. Where are we at? Second. Okay, what's our feeling on this one?
So on this one, we do have a solution identified, which is refactoring the worker that is responsible to delete the container images from GitLab,
yeah,
and make it more scalable. And the issue we have is that some users reported that they deleted the images. So right now, if you delete an image on the UI, the worker can do its job and the image will be wiped out along with the tags, but it could also fail and the image will be marked as deleted. So you will see it grayed out on the UI, but you can still use it. And so I presented how we can refactor the worker that will pick up again all the marked as deleted images. And some users told me, hey, no, we can't do that because we are using the deleted images. So the problem is, what do? Do we unmark all the current marked as deleted images so that we reset the marks if we want? Do we delete them because they are using something that they deleted? And well, the answer is not clear for now on this question.
So Tim, this got scheduled as our highest priority. It looks like we're going to need to do some conclusion about how we want to address the issue. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought we had a conversation in the planning issue somewhere where Ian and I added some thoughts about potentially basically ungraying them, so restoring them, and then fixing the overall logic so it works in the future.
Is that this conversation here, Tim?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Ian had the chance to respond yet. But that was my opinion. I thought David's suggestion made sense.
Okay.
And it's only 500 images that are marked, right? That's the thing that we learned too. So I feel like if we ungray them, then that's an acceptable solution.
Okay. So what I would say is, I'm not sure, did that make it into this issue, David?
Can I ask a question about that? Can't we have permission and role issues regarding this? Imagine that as an administrator, you delete something because you want it out of the way. And then somebody else, a developer, pushes a new tag and now all your delete things is out and you won't be aware about it.
Yeah, that's a problem with the container registry in general, I think. One way around that will be to add something like protected images or verified images or something like that down the road. But unless you think there's a way around that now.
Well, we could be restrictive if the image is deleted. Everything is going to be deleted from our edit.
Sorry to interrupt. So we probably need to discuss this in the issue. And figure out what we're going to do there, just because there's a fair amount of customer interest in this issue, as I recall it, and someone else created it, right? Yeah. So I think we should probably discuss it in there and come up with a plan. And because we go back and forth here, I don't have the context on this issue enough to suggest anything. I would defer to you all to decide what would work best. And it looks like Ian has given some feedback in there. Is that okay with everyone if we just sort of take this offline and discuss?
Yeah, I'll move. It sounds like from, if I hear in David's voice, that the answer was not necessarily clear, and and it was in the wrong location. So maybe what I could do is try and be more clear, and then also put it in the proper issue instead of in the planning issue, so the community can also have feedback and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely want to put that out there. And if the other thing we want to do is just make sure it's clear what we intend to do from the issue. So cool. All right. So do we still think this is going to make it into the milestone? Like, if we're still not sure how we're going to solve it, or is this?
I feel like whenever we have 3 weights, those take the whole milestone. So I would be hesitant if it hasn't gotten started yet.
All right. So then maybe what we do is we treat this and investigate it. It's not great. Sorry, Tim, that we're doing this already in the milestone. It's already there. So I apologize for that. Let's have a look at it. Is either David or Steve, or were you expecting to pick this up at some point in the near future?
My idea was to finish the next deliverable, which is the Maven metadata file, but I'm still working on it. So I might be able to pick this up this week, but it's not that the 3 is not related to the complexity of the refactoring. It's more that it's about the volume of the work that is needed, because you need to rewrite the whole worker. So I don't expect any super high complex problems, but we need to rewrite a whole worker, so that might take a bit of time.
I would be okay treating this as an investigation and doing it next milestone, because I feel like there's some other issues in here that we can get to. And I guess just thinking that it's 500 to images, not 5,000, not 50,000 or 500,000, I guess I would be okay punting on this, even though this is a source of some negative sentiment. So that's the frustrating part, that people are pretty vocal on this issue, but I think we could delay this, especially if we have a solution for next milestone.
Well, yeah, and I think we just need to show progress, because if we're saying this is our top priority, we ought to get some movement here. So let's move the discussion over. Let's, as you're about to pick this up, David or Steve, just make sure that we're clear on what we're trying to do here, which is, if we're just doing an investigation, that's cool. But we want to make sure it's clear. Excuse me, if it's not just complexity, it's more about rewriting, doing a lot of work, then maybe just start it if there's nothing to investigate and determine what the solution is, and maybe it rolls over. But is that okay, everyone? Cool. All right, let's move on. That was this one. And this you said you're already working on, David. Yeah, okay. So this will be fine.
Can a quick question? I'm trying to take notes, but does it make sense with this meeting format to have the agenda filled up?
I don't think the notes are super important, just because what we're talking about should be reflected in the issue. And so if we're going to store notes anywhere, it should go in the issue directly, just to save us putting it in multiple places and then making sure it goes over. I think if we are taking notes here, then action items would be the only things I'd want to keep a record of, to say, hey, Tim's going to go update the thought process around that particular issue, that type of thing. That'd be my only concern. Does that work for everyone else? Cool. All right. Ready to look at that one. Since we have a little less capacity, and by a little less, I mean a whole person worth of less capacity in this milestone. Tim, have we adjusted your deliverables for the milestone yet?
Yeah, I think so. We took out issues that we could adjust further if that's the guidance, but I thought we had accounted for that in the original plan.
Yeah. Okay.
For this one, it's fine. I just realized that it was missing the front-end label. So I just added it. It was out of my radar, but there is no issue whatsoever in completing this biennial milestone. same. We're good here. Actually, they share some work this in the previous one.
Cool. Three, did this start? Yeah, this looks good too. Where's the memoirs? Yeah, it looks like everything's all merged in here and ready to go. So this is good. Trace conditions, which one is 3? Probably just need an update on this one. Yeah, this is pretty early. Yeah, I can't type even. Sweet. And the question there is based on the fact that it's a 3 and that we haven't started it yet ostensibly, but looks like it's on people's radar, but it's okay. REST API and pre-prod. Got some pretty heavy things in here, eh? Blocked by.
We're still waiting for infrastructure to set up the database on pre-prod, but they are working on it. There's a litany of issues that this one is blocked by.
Yeah, all right. So this is going to be one of those ones that we can't really know is going to make it in, right?
Right.
So, all right. That one is sort of, wait, which one was that? Was API and pre-prod. This one, sorry, what were you going to say, Tim?
There's two. There's one for the API and then there's one for GC.
Yeah, thanks. Again, they're in the same state, I imagine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only doing it at risk here just because it's not really in our control. And I recognize that there are a lot of other things going on for infrastructure with work trying to get through. So this one's complete and the other one's complete as well by the look of it. So right.
No, the other one's in progress.
It's in progress.
12. The check marks are just if someone's picked it up.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was the change. But this one says it's closed.
Yeah, that one's closed.
Okay. And then the second one.
The second one, I discovered a small bug, well, a bug yesterday. So it's ready for review almost, but I have to pull it. I pulled it back out of backend review and I'm fixing the bug now.
Yeah, okay, but that's good.
But yeah, I think that one's no problem.
I think the intent here is that we have, we generally discuss in an effort to sort of determine whether it's going to be and make it in the milestone. It's pretty early days for that, of course, but that's kind of the intent. So
I do have a question around the Ruby gems, because I don't think I noticed that all of the other issues that were scheduled for this milestone had been pulled out. Should I, because my plan was to only work on Ruby gems this milestone and not work on anything else. Should I change that and focus more on the other items that are listed?
I did think that if we go back to that list, that there's 2 regressions there that would be great to tackle. Because I think unless it's like a total distraction, you know.
It would be more like if I finish those up and then put Ruby gems on hold, then I don't think I could guarantee it making 1311. It's more of like, if I work on Ruby gems full time, it will probably make 1311. If not, then probably not.
Hmm.
That was the original intent of the planning of that, I estimated at least.
Let me think about that and get back to you. I want to think about how bad those regressions are in user experience.
Yeah, I agree that some of those regressions are not great.
Okay, I think I would be okay with Ruby gems slipping if we could handle those two metadata regressions, because that is how people are expecting to use the package registry.
And you don't have to have this discussion here, by the way, and we do want to put it on the issues and make sure that.
Yeah.
So let's do that. We don't have a heap of time left, and I want to make sure we have a chance to talk about these testing items.
Yeah,
Thanks.
this is basically in review, at least the first iteration where we are deleting. So basically when we are running the container registry tests and the package registry tests, we are deleting the packages via the packages and the repositories via the API, but we also are now changing the flow to cover the new implementation for the delete for the delete functionality.
Okay.
So so yeah, this should be completed by the end of this week. And the other item, I think that it's also in the milestone planning issue, is the Ruby package, Ruby Gems package management test, but this is tied up to the implementation. So I think this might slip from this milestone and go
Yeah.
into 13.10, 11, sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Sophia. Is there right now, is there any help you need with this, or is it just waiting for the implementation to happen for Ruby Gems and the review to happen, obviously?
Sorry, Dan. This particular the test image, or you're talking about the Ruby?
Either one of these items. I'm asking if you need any assistance at all.
No. I think just for the Ruby Gems, we need some. Yeah, we need to just wait for implementing.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Cool. All right. So it's early days. Generally, when we discuss these things informally, Tim and I would discuss these off the board that I'm used to using, and that was more about me, I guess, than anyone else. So that's why I was a bit discombobulated. I apologize for that, everybody. Normally the intent is, where are we at? Are we going to make it? Are there any other issues that we need to be aware of? Did something come up and therefore the plan isn't really gelling? So we just do a review pretty regularly. Having said that, I think we should go to the next item. Do you have any other items in here, Tim, that we need to pay attention to?
I just think if I was gonna say, I would probably like the first 4 in the stretch goals are like some bugs or regressions that I don't think anyone's working on them yet, but those could be ones that are just worth mentioning.
I think the second has a wrong title, right? That's not actually what we're looking at.
So annoying.
Yeah, these are the same items.
One is for NuGet, one is for generic packages. It seems like this.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the status bar, it's actually linked to the same thing. So we probably just need to update. I apologize, I didn't notice that sooner, Tim.
Who creates
all right.
these issues anyway?
I mean, I think they have a lot of style, whoever it is, because these issues are excellent. All right. Now, I think, go back over here. We have a couple of items to. We don't have time though, so we're already in GitLab over time. I want to bring up one thing though that I'm making a bit of a call here, so I apologize, everyone. The thing I want to talk about here is this effort that Sophia added to the agenda. and the effort is to sort of enhance our testing in general of our coverage. Go ahead, Sophia. You had this agenda item, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Basically, this is just to gather some evidence and some more data about the incidents that the team that we had in the package group. So to inform the trajectory, the strategy of the keyway, the package keyway epic for the testing, end-to-end testing specifically. So we have already several items scheduled for this milestone and for the upcoming, which are not particularly in the milestone issue, but if analyzing the incidents closer, perhaps we could also readjust. So it's just to keep that in mind, that this conversation could be had in this milestone, and we might readjust for the upcoming milestone for 13.11.
Okay, so you're looking to get a bit more data about the outages. Yeah. Is there any sort of specific requests you have that we can deliver? I'm thinking, do you need our help?
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you need one of the team to support you on that, or?
Yeah, I'll just probably schedule some investigation, and I'll add it to the current milestone, just to have some space to investigate these incidents, and probably just ping the team and and gather this evidence and put it in the issue, so we could understand what to do from there. So I'm just saying that I will just be creating this investigation issue and probably ping the team.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. I think as you might have seen, there's some David did a great job updating the incident, the issue that he had been working on, the lift NPM aiming restrictions. And so there's a lot of information there, and there's also linking to the actual incident itself, where there's a bunch of investigation. But if there's other data you need, obviously, then I've got to get my language correct. If there's other information that we as a team need to better test and better cover our test cases, then let us know as a team so that we can prioritize that accordingly, being that you're part of the team. So thank you. Sorry. All right. Anything else we need to cover, because we're over time? So
I had one question at the bottom just about the backfill for GG, if we have that job posted yet.
Yes, we have the jobs approved. Excuse me. I did not have my coffee, so I apologize. I'm not doing a great job of peopling this morning. The backfill is approved, and we are going to be advertising for that position. Internal as possible, but probably end up in external. I'm going to be following up on that today to make sure there isn't anything that recruiting is looking for from me. So yeah, we're good to go on that.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone hanging out and helping out. These will become more smooth as we as we do more of them. And having said all of that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day.